distinguished dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Dean Academic Affairs, faculty members, staff members and fellow students, warm greetings of the day. Before we begin, I request you all to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you everyone. It is with great pleasure and honor that I, Sanchita Jindal, stand before you today as we gather to inaugurate our state-of-the-art Moot Court Hall. On this significant day, we are delighted and honored to have the presence of Honorable Mr. Justice Surya, Judge Supreme Court of India as Chief Guest, guests of honor as Dr. Rajiv, Secretary, Legislative Department, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India, Shri Vineet Garg, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Higher Education, Haryana, Dr. R.C. Mishra, IPS, MD, Haryana Police Housing Corporation, Professor Dr. V.K. Ahuja, Director, Indian Law Institute, New Delhi, Professor Dr. Jai Shankar Singh, Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Punjab, Professor Dr. Sri Prakash Singh, Vice Chancellor, Deen Bandhu Choturam University of Science and Technology, Sonepat, Professor Dr. Archana Mishra, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Mr. Rahul Goel, Partner Anant Law, Ms. Anu Moga, Partner Anant Law, Mr. Rahul Chadda, Managing Partner, Mr. Neeraj Prakash, Partner Chadda & Co., Dr. Ramphul, Registrar of the University, and Professor Dr. Ashutosh Mishra, DAA of the University. Today's occasion marks a significant milestone in our academic journey, one that embodies the spirit of legal education, advocacy, and the pursuit of justice. The Moot Court Hall stands not merely as a physical structure, but as a symbol of the university's commitment to the principles of law and justice. It is within these walls that future legal minds will be polished, where debates will flourish, and where arguments will be crafted with precision. Today, as we gathered here on this momentous occasion, we are reminded of the guiding light that illuminates our path and leads us towards knowledge, wisdom, and prosperity. In furtherance of the same, I humbly request the honorable dignitaries to light the lamp, not only as a ceremonial gesture, but as a symbolic act of unity, harmony, and reverence for knowledge. Thank you, everyone. As the flames of the lamp flicker and dance in unison, let us reaffirm our commitment to the pursuit of excellence, innovation, and progress in all our endeavors. Thank you. Today, as we embark on this new chapter, we must take a moment to reflect on the importance of what this hall represents. It is a testament of our dedication to fostering intellectual discourse, critical thinking, and the development of legal skills among our students. It is where theory meets practice, where students learn to navigate the complexities of the law and where they gain the confidence to articulate their arguments persuasively. Today, we have the distinct honor of having gracious presence of esteemed dignitaries whose contributions have greatly enriched our society as a whole. Before we proceed ahead, I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am to kindly present the sapling and welcome the Honorable Chief Guest of the day. Now I request Ma'am to kindly welcome Dr. Rajiv Mani by presenting the sapling. I request Ma'am to kindly present the sapling to Shri Vineet Garg. Now I request Dean Academic Affairs to present sapling to Dr. R.C. Mishra. I request Registrar Sir to welcome Dr. V.K. Ahuja with the sapling. Now I request Dean Academic Affairs to present sapling to Professor Dr. Jai Shankar Singh. I request Dean Academic Affairs to welcome Professor Dr. S.P. Singh with the sapling. Thank you, everyone. Proceeding ahead, I request Professor Dr. Archana Mishra, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, to address this esteemed gathering. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our Honorable Vice Chancellor for her address.
A very good afternoon to everyone present in this august house. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm welcome to our chief guest for the day, Honorable Mr. Justice Surya, Judge Supreme Court of India, and guest of honor Dr. Rajiv Mani, Secretary, Legislative Department, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India, Shri Vineet Garg, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Higher Education, Haryana, Dr. Mishra, Professor V.K. Ahuja, Professor Dr. V.K. Ahuja, Director, Indian Law Institute, New Delhi, Professor Dr. Jai Shankar Singh, Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Punjab, and all my faculty, teaching and non-teaching staff present here, and my dear students. It's a matter of great pride for our university that one of the most distinguished legal luminaries Honorable Mr. Justice Surya is present here today as our chief guest, and I am pleased that His Lordship inaugurated the state-of-art Moot Court Hall today. In the realm of law, the Moot Court is more than just a simulation. It's a training ground for our future advocates and legal professionals. It's where they meet practice, where students learn to navigate the complexities of the law, and where they gain the confidence to articulate their arguments persuasively. We are confident that this Moot Court Hall will serve as a beacon of excellence in legal education for generations to come, with the guidance and support of our distinguished dignitaries. I, on behalf of University, extend heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to this project. I feel delighted that the partners of two prestigious law firms are here today with us to announce the collaborative initiative for moot court competitions to be organized in the upcoming academic session. At this juncture, I see that the students of the university shall reflect upon the core values and principles upheld by the institution, such as excellence, service, and integrity, and shall contribute fully to these upcoming moot competitions. Another important highlight of today is the release of LLM and PhD law prospectus. The commencement of these two new courses bears the testimony of the university's commitment to academic excellence. Thank you all once again for gracing the inauguration ceremony, and hope that our academic endeavor turn out to be very fruitful in giving to the society qualified lawyers and judges, able administrators, academicians, intellectuals, and socially responsible citizens. I am sure that our students shall be benefited and shall get unparalleled opportunity to delve deep into legal concepts, enriched by the hands-on experience of the legal luminaries. Last but not the least, I must acknowledge the dedication and hard work of Registrar Dr. Ramphul. Your tireless efforts behind the scene have ensured the smooth execution of every aspect of this event. I would appreciate the efforts of Professor Ashutosh, Dean Academic Affairs, his immense contribution, and also Dr. Pooja Jaiswal and entire team, as this event would not have been possible without their dedication and hard work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Your leadership is invaluable to all of us. Moving forward, it is with great pleasure for all of us, as this day is more significant as we unveil the gateway to advanced legal education and research opportunities within our esteemed university. Under the visionary leadership of Professor Dr. Archana Mishra and guidance of Dean Academic Affairs, Dr. Ashutosh Mishra, the two programs, that is, 2 years master's program and PhD, will be commencing from the upcoming academic session 2024 to 25. I request the dignitaries on the dais to release the prospectus of the 2-year LLM program. Now I request the dignitaries to release the prospectus of the PhD law program. The commencement of the LLM and PhD law program bears the testimony of university's commitment to academic excellence and the advancement of the legal research. Thank you, everyone. Now I request Dr. Pooja Jaiswal, Associate Professor and Convener of Moot Court Society, for taking over the dais for another important highlight of the day. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon to all, distinguished dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Today, I am here to share something very important with you. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am, the Moot Court Society is doing very well in the institute. In the past year, the students have got several laurels for the university, winning prizes worth more than 2.5 lakhs. It's a matter of real pride for the university that the students are doing so well in the field of academic and co-curricular activities. The students have been working very hard and they're taking keen interest in the Moot Court and ADR competitions. So on this very historic day, where Honorable Justice Surya has inaugurated the state-of-the-art Moot Court Hall, we would like to make an important announcement for strengthening our commitment towards industry, partnership, and to foster result-oriented mooting culture amongst the law students. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly join me in welcoming Mr. Rahul Goyal and Ms. Anu Moga, partners Anand Law, on the dais for making the formal announcement of the collaborative journey.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this. Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, Professor V.K. Ahuja, Shri Vineet Garg ji, Professor Ashutosh Mishra, Professor Archana Mishra ji, and faculty members. It's an immense pleasure to be here. It's a privilege to be part of this institution. And first of all, let me congratulate you for having this fantastic and state-of-art Moot Court Hall. I think I have been to many universities as a judge. The Moot Court Hall that has been constructed here is among the best ones that I have seen at various NLUs and other private universities. So congratulations for that. Now, coming from the law firm world, as part of our contribution to the academic world, we propose to collaborate with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University to host first international Moot Court competition on antitrust and competition laws. Antitrust and competition law is one of the emerging spheres of law in India today and globally. There is a lot of change that is happening in the market and the way the markets operate globally. Digital competition law is another sphere which is coming up, and you would very soon see a new legislation around the digital markets. So this sphere, we understand, would have immense potential, would have immense potential for the students as well as professionals to contribute and participate, and therefore we propose to have this first international moot court competition, possibly with the participation of the Competition Commission of India, other participants, other regulators from various parts of the world, and to host this along with you sometime in February 2024. And thank you so much for having us here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am and sir.
I'm sorry, it's February 25. I said February 24.
Now we have Mr. Rahul Chadha, Managing Partner, Chadha & Co., and Mr. Neeraj Prakash, Partner, Chadha & Co. Please extend a warm welcome as they are also here to make a significant announcement of another initiative of Moot with the university.
Good afternoon, Honorable Justice Surya, Kant, all eminent dignitaries, Vice Chancellor of the university, and all you lovely, bright students. You know, I see the future of India here. For us to continue to be a robust, fast-growing economy emerging as a developed country by 2047, as the Prime Minister envisages, we need wonderful, bright, motivated lawyers like I see sitting over here. It gives me immense pleasure to announce that my firm, Chadha & Company, will be collaborating with your university in holding a national moot court in the second half of the year. I look forward to working with all of you, and for us to be contributing in our own way during your academic journey as you transition from the world of academics into the world of contributing to your economy. You will transition from learning to contribution, and whatever my colleagues and I can do to help you on this journey, we'd be absolutely delighted to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful to you all for acknowledging the commitment and showing keen interest in the proposal of this partnering with us, and for organizing a national and an international moot court competition with the university. This announcement will certainly ignite enthusiasm and inspire the students across the country for the competitions at the B.R. Ambedkar National Law University. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Proceeding ahead, we are delighted to have the presence of Professor Dr. V.K. Ahuja. Professor Dr. V.K. Ahuja is the director of Indian Law Institute, New Delhi. Before joining Indian Law Institute, sir has also remained Vice Chancellor of the National Law University, Assam. Sir is the repository of knowledge and holds expertise in the domain of international law and intellectual property rights. Sir, we kindly request you to kindly enrich all of us with your profound insights.
Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, Judge Supreme Court, Shri Rajiv Mani ji, Shri Vineet Garg ji, Shri R.C. Mishra ji, Professor J.S. Singh ji, Dr. Archana Mishra ji, Professor Ashutosh Mishra, and Registrar Dr. Rampul ji, all other dignitaries of the dais, faculty members, students, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. It's a momentous occasion that we are going to inaugurate the state-of-the-art moot court hall. In fact, library and the moot court, these are the two important parts of any law schools, and it won't be wrong if I call them as heart and soul of any law school. If I go back some 30 years back into the history, I hope that the Lordship will agree with me that there was hardly anything like moot court during our days. Maybe even the Lordship might not had this particular opportunity of participating in the moot court competitions. If you were interested in doing law, the only requirement was to take admission in the law course, which you could easily get even if you are having just 45 or 50% marks. Unfortunately, law was a course which was not in demand at all. Legal education was in shambles at that point of time. And if you have taken admission in LLB, even your parents will not tell it to anybody else that their son was doing LLB, because there was a saying, the person who do not get admission anywhere in any of the prestigious courses like engineering, medical, or any other course will go and join the law. So that legal education was primarily in blunt language, nalayako ka course tha. And I tell you very honestly, law was never my choice. It was the advice of my elder brother, and of course I was afraid of him, so I did not have the courage to protest his decision. So I had to go by his advice only, and this is how I took admission in LLB. And now I appreciate the decision of my brother, and I feel that because I was thinking of doing MCOM at that point of time. Had I gone for doing MCOM, I could not have stood before you today. Now, legal education, as I told you, was completely in shambles, and the only physical infrastructure which was required was in a college which was offering multidisciplinary courses. You required only 3 rooms, classrooms, for first year, second year, and third year. There used to be only 3-year LLB course. So this 5-year course came much later. Now, you require a very small place, maybe a shelf or 2, in the library for keeping the law books. Hardly students will be visiting those libraries. Fine. And, whether you attend the classes or not, in most of the cases, you will write the examination. And when you write the examination, so examinations were basically written after reading what we called in Delhi University as Dukki, and what we call in some places as model questions, or model question and answer kind of a series. That was the state of the affairs. Thereafter, there was a experiment which was done. Professor Upendra Bakshi was instrumental in that, and this is how this 5-year course concept was brought in, and National Law School of India University, Bangalore, has established. That was an experiment, so they were not very sure whether the experiment will go well or it will fail, but fortunately it went on well, and today law has become the first choice of the young students, and this is really good. This is heartening to note that somewhere 50,000 or more than 50,000 people are writing CLAT against some 3,000 something seats. It is less than 4,000 seats of all NLUs taken together. Friends, over the years there had been a complete transformation of legal education. Today when I see students arguing for moot court competition, I really feel very good, and I somehow, I cannot complain, because that was not in my hand, that I took birth at a time when these kind of things were not there. But then of course I take it pride as a senior academic of Delhi University, or as Vice Chancellor of NLU Assam, or maybe now as Director of ILI. It gives a lot of satisfaction when I see the young people arguing in the moot court, and some of the judges, the sitting judges of the high courts in Assam, when we were organizing the moot court competition on regular basis, so we used to invite in the final round the sitting high court judges to judge the final round, and their feedback used to be that these students, these finalists, are far better than the advocates who argue before us in the real court. And this was really good to know. And during our time, you complete your LLB, now you have a piece of paper which you used to call it as a degree or a mark sheet. then you'll go to bar council, you'll get yourself enrolled without any formality by paying a nominal fee, and thereafter some of the students, they'll join bar, and the others will simply write, advocate under their name, and there will be a nameplate in front of their house that Mr. So and so advocate. Their real struggle used to start from day first, when they'll go to court, and then they'll realize that it is a completely different world. Whatever we had been taught in the law schools, that was completely useless. The completely different world was there when they, entered into the court premises. Now today, what is happening is that in the 5 years duration, the students are doing 10 internships. They are going to courts, they are going to district court, they are going to tribunals, they are going to high court, they are going to Supreme Court, they are interning with Supreme Court judges and the high court judges. And, the kind of exposure which they are getting, that is really remarkable. And when they argue, in the moot court competition, the way they articulate their argument, the way they conduct yourself, the way, they show their presentational skills, that again is something, which is really making them a good lawyer for future. Well, friends, since I have been given a 10-minute slots, and I think I'm just going to complete it within half a minute or so, I should only say that Professor Ashutosh Mishra and Dr. Archana Mishra, the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mishra, and the Dean Ashutosh Mishra, both of them, they are doing a wonderful job. And somehow, Madam will forgive me for saying so, that NLU Sonepat was not that visible. Please excuse me for saying so. But in last 1 year or so, I'm just seeing lot of things are happening. And I was told that the permanent faculty, senior faculty has been appointed. And now I can see the kind of infrastructure, wonderful infrastructure which has been, made for this particular NLU. And Dr. Ashutosh Mishra had recently conducted a couple of, events. There was one on artificial intelligence, which of course I missed because I was traveling. Now that momentum should carry on. And Professor Mishra, I'll also advise you that, inaugurating moot court and then locking it will not serve the purpose. Every day the students should come and should do their practices, should do intra moot court competition as well as inter moot court competition. And this momentum of organizing the moot courts, as the two partners have recently they have announced the international and national moot court competition. That is really a good thing. And class wise also you can have the moot court competition. So you need to train your students so that they could be seen in all the moot court competitions. And the students, I'll just say one thing to you. For me, whenever I go in any moot court competition, I tell them that for me, winners are those who participated in the moot court competitions. It's not the one who just lifted the trophy and the runner-up and the other one. No. For me, all of them who participated in the moot court competition are the winner. Losers for me are those who did not show the courage of participating in the moot court competition. Friends, keep on carrying this momentum. Do not stop it, and a great future is waiting for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your profound insights with all of us. Now I welcome Shri Vineet Garg, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, Higher Education, Department of Higher Education, Haryana, to kindly address all of us.
परम आदरणीय माननीय जस्टिस श्री सूर्यकांत जी, आदरणीय डॉक्टर रवि मनी जी, सेक्रेटरी लेजिस्लेटिव डिपार्टमेंट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, आदरणीय डॉक्टर वीके आहूजा जी, डायरेक्टर इंडियन लॉ इंस्टीट्यूट, आदरणीय डॉक्टर जयशंकर जी, वाइस चांसलर राजीव गांधी नेशनल लॉ यूनिवर्सिटी पटियाला, डॉक्टर मिश्रा डीजीपी, एंड डॉक्टर अर्चना मिश्रा वाइस चांसलर डॉक्टर अंबेडकर नेशनल लॉ यूनिवर्सिटी, मेरे सामने उपस्थित सभी गणमान्यगण, प्रिय स्टूडेंट्स एंड फैकल्टी मेंबर्स, सबसे पहले तो मैं यूनिवर्सिटी का धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा जिन्होंने मुझे आज यहाँ आमंत्रित किया और आप सबसे रूबरू होने का मौका दिया। खास तौर पे मैडम अर्चना मिश्रा जी का, जिन्होंने मुझे यहाँ आमंत्रित किया। नेशनल लॉ यूनिवर्सिटी से बाय शेयर कोइंसिडेंस मेरा काफ़ी पुराना नाता है। 2005-06 में मैं अर्बन एस्टेट में था जब ये ज़मीन एक्वायर की गई थी। 2011 में मैं डायरेक्टर हायर एजुकेशन था जब ये इसका बिल तैयार किया गया था और 12 में ये एक्ट पास हुआ और आज इसके मूट कोर्ट के इनॉग्रेशन पे मुझे यहाँ हाजिर होने का मौका मिला। तो इस संस्था की परिकल्पना 2011-12 में हुई थी और इसे सभी स्टूडेंट्स और फैकल्टी मेंबर्स ही मिलके ऊंचाइयों तक लेके जा सकते हैं। जैसे आहूजा जी ने कहा कि अभी विजिबिलिटी कम है, तो हमें उस विजिबिलिटी को बढ़ाना है और उसी दिशा में आज 2 कदम उठाए हैं। पहला तो ये मूट कोर्ट का इनॉग्रेशन और दूसरा LLM और PhD के कोर्सेज की शुरुआत करना। तो एक हमारे को एडवोकेसी स्किल्स सुधारने का मौका देगा, लॉ को बेटर अंडरस्टैंड करने का मौका देगा, तो दूसरी तरफ लीगल रिसर्च हम LLM और PhD कोर्सेज के माध्यम से यहां पे हम शुरुआत कर पाएंगे। पहला बैच यहां पे 2019 को दाखिला हुआ, जो इस साल अब बच्चे पास आउट होंगे। मेरा उन सभी बच्चों को अपने फ्यूचर कैरियर के लिए, फ्यूचर एंडेवर्स के लिए बेस्ट विशेस। और सरकार की तरफ से मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि संस्था को जब भी सरकार की जरूरत होगी, जो भी सपोर्ट चाहिएगा, तो हम हमेशा तत्पर रहेंगे और बिना किसी संकोच के वाइस चांसलर मैडम या फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हमें अप्रोच कर सकते हैं। मैं ज्यादा समय आपका नहीं लूंगा और इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ अपना स्थान ग्रहण करने की आपसे इजाजत चाहूंगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Striding ahead, we have Dr. Rajiv Mani, who is presently Secretary, Legislative Department, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India, and Law Secretary, Department of Legal Affairs, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India. Sir is also closely associated with reforms to facilitate fast-track adjudication of commercial disputes under the Commercial Courts Act 2015. Sir is also associated with the initiatives undertaken by the central government to promote institutional arbitration and mediation in the country and has dealt with the 2019 and 2021 amendments carried out in the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. He was a part of the team which contributed towards the establishment of IIAC under the IIAC Act 2019, and he was closely associated in the process of enactment of the Mediation Act 2023. Sir, we request you to kindly share your invaluable knowledge with all of us.
Director ILI, Indian Law Institute, Professor Dr. Archana Mishra, Vice Chancellor Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, Sonepat, Dr. R.C. Mishra ji, MD Police Housing Board, Government of Haryana, Professor Dr. Jay Shankar Singh, Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi National Law University, Patiala, Professor Dr. Asutosh Mishra, Dean Academic Affairs and HOD, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, Sonepat, Dr. Ram Phul, Registrar, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, the partners of the legal firms who have come here, the faculty, staff and students, esteemed guests and other members in the audience. A warm welcome to all of you. It is indeed my proud privilege to be a part of this inaugural ceremony, which in fact would prove to be a milestone in the progress of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University at Sonepat. And at this momentous occasion, I am thankful to the office, to the Vice Chancellor and other faculty of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University for having invited me and given me this opportunity to stand before you. In fact, the concept of moot court is so integral to the development of legal profession, which, as earlier mentioned by Dr. V.K. Ahuja ji, that during the earlier times this facility was not available and we could not tone up our skills in the art of advocacy. So advocacy is not only theoretical but also a practical aspect, and your success in the profession actually depends to a large extent in the way you can actually articulate the stand of your client before the bench. So of course the Delhi University was a pioneer in the sense that it had introduced the case law methodology of teaching, and that was, I think, greatly helpful and pertinent, very and relevant mode of teaching when we were students of when I passed out in 1991. Of course, there was only one National Law University at that point of time at Bengaluru, which had started with the initiative of the Bar Council of India. Subsequently, as we all know, that moot court competitions are an integral part of the curriculum of law students, and all the law universities are, in fact, and all the law students are very much involved in the holding of these moot court competitions. The requisite infrastructure for holding this such competitions is an essential part to strengthen the skills of the students who are going to be professionals in the coming years. And for that, of course, this university has been endowed with great privilege, as mentioned by Mr. Garg, that it has a sprawling campus, all the facilities, and of course all the support of the government of Haryana, which is in fact one of the most laudable features, and I think the government would also support it in future for all its endeavors. Coming to the context of the moot court competitions, it is essential that this occasion not only provides an opportunity for the students to tone up their skills in advocacy, but also inspires confidence in them to put their point of view in a manner which is convincing, which is logical, and which they can vouch for in their arguments. Actually, this is something which is greatly required, and as students we have missed that opportunity, as we could never get that because that was not those times it was not in part of the curriculum. But anyway, when as a young advocate I had joined and was actually for 6 months, I just used to go in every court and simply watch the proceedings, what the arguments the advocates are putting forth, how the judges are reacting, in what manner the deficiencies of the arguments are being pointed out, and what manner they are trying to cover up those deficiencies and put forth again the same arguments. So that was in fact an experience which we gained in practical terms, but of course had we gained that experience as a student, it would have been greatly beneficial. As rightly mentioned by Ahuja Sahab also, that we thought when we graduated as a law student that we knew everything in this world about law. But the first day when we entered the court, we realized that actually we don't know anything. And whatever we had learnt is a different, it's applied in a totally different manner, and the practice is totally different. So anyway, so it took some time for students like me to, imbibe the court procedures and the manner in which you have to. In fact, as an advocate, I did not know that once your arguments are over, you have to sit down. I used to continue to stand up. So sometimes the Honorable Judge one told me that now your argument is over, you may sit down. So I thought maybe sitting down is a sign of disrespect, but then anyway. So these are all the things which we had, inculcated while being in practice. But in today's age, I think the profession of advocacy is one of the most important, essential, growth, which has a lot of potential for growth. We have seen that the Indian diaspora in the initial days was comprising of high-level intellectuals who were, professors. In fact, in most of the foreign universities, even if we see, there are a lot of Indian students and a lot of Indian faculty. So that is how they have started. The Indian talent has, made its mark at the world stage. Then there was a flood of doctors. Indian doctors would be there in all over most of the major countries of the world. Then, of course, the IT revolution came, and we have Indian IT professionals throughout the, length and breadth of this world. In every country, you will find that most of the major enterprises has a sizable presence of Indian diaspora there. And I think now the next generation of professionals who have to make a mark at the world stage is the Indian advocates, Indian trained and Indian qualified advocates. In fact, in an effort to, in this direction, I think the Bar Council of India was also very cognizant, and they have made the entry of foreign lawyers regulations. Last year they had made it. Of course, it has not been implemented as yet. There are certain bottlenecks in the same, and I think that the Bar Council of India would be cognizant of the fact that they have to facilitate the entry of Indian advocates in foreign jurisdictions also. It is because there's so much talent we have, and I'm sure that a day will come when Indian advocates will be making their mark all over the world while practicing as per the applicable laws in different countries of the world in the legal sphere. Now, coming back to the aspect of litigation, we all know that there is a huge pendency and there is a huge potential for law students in the profession of advocacy. But simultaneously, I think the government is all encouraging and all taking all requisite steps to strengthen the alternative dispute resolution mechanism in the country, and tuning up the skills of the students in the art of arbitration and mediation is also equally, I think, required, equally of equal importance in the present times, because of course, I do not need to highlight the benefits of alternative dispute resolution mechanisms because of the offer, but still I would say that they offer a, faster and a quicker and a more informal way to resolve the disputes. I am sure that in the coming times there will be dedicated arbitration bars, not only in the major metros of the country, but also in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And the advocates, the budding students of today who would be tomorrow's advocates would also imbibe the spirit of mediation and how to be a skilled mediator, how to be a competent arbitrator to resolve the disputes which would come to them, or maybe they may be advocating for one of the other parties before the mediator or the arbitrator in such matters. The aspect of advocacy is greatly linked to the development of India as a major economy. Already we are at the 5th place and we plan to reach the 3rd place in the next 5 years. But I think the opening up of the legal sector in the country would greatly help in achieving that object. And with the rise in investments coming to India from different countries and different investment leaders in the world, the need for a quick dispute resolution mechanism is imperative and need of the times. So I would request the management of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, along with the Moot Court competitions, they should also tune up the skills of the students in the art of mediation and of course the conduct of arbitral proceedings also. I am sure that in the coming times, with the strenuous efforts which the Vice Chancellor and her team are taking, the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University at Sonepat would be one of the topmost and most sought after legal destinations for the students to come and study and of course learn the skills of advocacy through this infrastructure which has been inaugurated by Honorable Chief Guest today. And once again, I thank all the management for giving me this opportunity for coming and sharing my thoughts with you. Thanks a lot. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Today, we have the distinct privilege of having Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, Judge Supreme Court of India, with us. His Lordship's contribution to the administration of justice has been praiseworthy, as His Lordship has delivered several landmark judgments, and in the domain of land acquisition matters, His Lordship has pronounced several noteworthy judgments. Your wisdom, sir, will resonate within these walls, shaping the future of coming generation of the legal fraternity. We are eager to learn from your guidance as we continue on our journey of academic excellence and societal impact. So we request you to kindly share your thoughts with us.
Dr. Rajiv Mani, Secretary Legislative Department and Law Secretary Department of Legal Affairs, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India. Shri Vineet Garg, Additional Chief Secretary Department of Higher Education, State of Haryana. Professor Dr. Archana Mishra, Vice Chancellor, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, National Law University, Sonepat. Dr. R.C. Mishra, IPS Managing Director, Haryana Police Housing Corporation. Professor Dr. B.K. Ahuja, Director, Indian Law Institute. Professor Dr. Jaishankar Singh, Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi National Law University, Patiala. Professor Sri Prakash Singh, Vice Chancellor, Deenbandhu Choturam University of Science and Technology. We have among us Shri Pramod Goyal, Learned District and Sessions at Sonepat, and other judicial officers. Mr. Anubhav Sharma, Judicial Member, ITAT, is also present. Deputy Commissioner Sonepat and other officers of the Civil Administration. Senior police officers of the Department of the District Sonepat. Professor Dr. Ashutosh Mishra, Dean, Academic Affairs, NLU Sonepat. Registrar and other officers of the University. Very distinguished members of the faculty, representatives of the eminent law firms and publishers, and most importantly, my dear students. I am happy to be here with you on the inaugural of this Moot Court Hall, which all the speakers, starting from Professor Archana Mishra, have very eloquently pointed out the importance of a moot court in the present competitive world of the legal education. I must congratulate the university, the administration, the staff, faculty, and most importantly, the Government of Haryana, who provide adequate funds for the development of infrastructure in this university. A statement made by Mr. Vineet Garg today that the state government will consider whatever requirements of the university is very, very promising and very encouraging for any education institute. I must start from the Professor Ahuja, the convention or the standard of the legal education used to be at the time when we joined the law. But I would like to share some of my personal experiences with the young students. Most of them know my village is hardly about 150 kilometers from this place. And I was studying in school in my village, in the government school. As it happens with all the children, when something we don't take it, also that we will be reluctant to take milk in the house. So my mother used to say, you must eat someday you have to be a judge. And she would speak in a very lame language. I want to understand that what is the importance of it. I did my met and against the wishes of the family. Some subjects and the college. Now, stage come. Hearing problem. When I did my graduation, the crucial stage came, and I joined law. Or now, what Professor Ahuja has said, things. Either at that time we used to join the law in default, out, and some of us joined the law in default. I was one of those lucky fellows who joined the law in the sense that my family was not in favor of law, but I still opted because I had that dream in mind that I have to become a judge. I didn't know at that time that how I will compete, but that's a long story. But let me tell you one thing. When we joined the law, definitely there was no moot court concept, there was no competitions, there was no preparation by the law teachers. But in college time also, and even in law, I must admire those great teachers with their commitment that they used to involve us in a debating competitions. And declamation and debate were very, very popular events at that time among the students. And believe me, I was a hardcore debater. I am using the word for myself. I was a hardcore debater. I did not miss even a single competition. And eventually, my college principal and my head of the departments, they used to recognize me that I was one of the debaters to whom they could send by disclosing the subject of debate even in 5 minutes in advance. And there were occasions when I landed in a university or a college, and then only I came to know that what is the subject I have to speak for or against, and I used to speak. So this is how we used to compensate ourselves in lieu of the, I would say, the professionally skilled and trained moot court concept that now available in law colleges. I continued that practice and habit even in law also, and I think it helped me a lot. At the day when I entered the courtroom, probably I felt that that psychological fear that how I will face the opponent lawyer or how I will face the presiding judge, probably that much psychological fear was not there in mind. But then the things have changed. As Professor Ahuja, Dr. Mani and other speakers pointed out, the concept of law itself there is a dynamic change. You are now competing with the global legal professionals. The geographical limitations have disappeared. We have many lawyers from India who are appearing in Singapore, Europe, Kuala Lumpur and other places, and they are going frequently to argue the matters. The online facilities are there, therefore even the physical traveling is not necessitated many a times to come and argue the cases. I know as a matter of fact, as a sitting judge in Supreme Court, some lawyers while sitting in UK, every day they appear before us, and in one day, not one, many cases are argued by such leading senior counsels who appear online. So that geographical limitations, barriers have disappeared. So therefore, all the law students will have to think in globalized world that how to create a space for themselves. And that space can be created by honing your competitive skills. Those competitive skills is not only that how you argue the matter. Please see the courtroom when the staff is sitting, the presiding judge is sitting, and you are arguing in an adversarial litigation system. First, you will have to learn the art how to present your case. And that art involves what to argue and what not to argue. That is equally important. Many a times on lighter side, we as judges will say that a so-and-so counsel when argue the matter, he doesn't need an opponent because he himself will destroy the case. So that kind of things happen in court. So therefore it's very important to learn that what is to be argued and what is not to be argued. Second, to understand the opposite party, what is their case, how it is put up, what is that articulation in the case of the other party, and how are you going to match with that articulation. That is also a part of the training as a legal professional. Most importantly, the court conduct. How you conduct yourself in court, that is extremely important. There are lawyers who think that by browbeating the judges, they can succeed. There are lawyers who feel that by using very pampering language, they can appease the judges and probably can get some discussion relief. But there are judges who will, there are lawyers who will believe that, well, we will argue to the legal point, to the relevant submissions, and summarize our case. Rest we leave to the discretion of the judges. All these concepts of legal profession, which is known as the art of advocacy, different kind of art of advocacy, as rightly pointed out by earlier speakers, and I would reiterate, and very strongly I will reiterate, that must be taught within the premises of the law schools, so that all these young children, when they pass out the law and go into the battlefield, that their weaponry should be ready enough to face any kind of challenges. Now, this is an aspect which pertains to the how you become a very skilled and a successful professional as a lawyer. But see the other side also. In this very moot court, you will also learn how to preside over as a judge. That is equally important. Many of you will ultimately compete and will become our judicial officers. Some of you might like to join at the very threshold as judicial officers. Some of you might to join as superior judicial service after practicing for some time. Some of you might join practice in high courts and ultimately you are elevated. But then a conduct of the judge is also extremely important. How he conducts himself. Does he have the passion? Does he have the compassion? Does he have the art? Does he have the capacity and capability to hear both sides? And how he reacts? How he accepts the contentions? How he takes sometimes on equitable considerations? How he takes on the strict principles of law? These are all parts of the court conduct of a judge. And that is also, I would say, should be and is expected to be a part of the moot court training programs inside the law schools. And I'm quite sure that the qualitative faculty you have, very distinguished teachers you have here, they have some practical aspect, they know the practicalities of the life, they will be able to interact with you and to bring you very close to those ground realities which ultimately you are going to face on passing out the law. Very important thing Dr. Rajiv Mani has pointed out, that you need to be trained in arbitration as well as mediation also. Two things based on my own experience I will tell. I really don't believe in lecturing you based upon a written speech. That may not be very helpful. I have been long associated with two associations, one Commonwealth Judicial Education Institute and the other is Commonwealth Legal Education, Commonwealth Legal Teachers, Law Teachers Association. And these two platforms have given me opportunity to travel sometime and to interact with the law teachers, the lawyers, the judges in different parts of the world. I was in 2014, I was in Halifax in Canada in the Judicial Education Institute, and we were there from various Commonwealth countries. Some of the judges were there. I was a High Court judge at that time. Now as a part of the training program and without disclosing us in advance, they asked us that we should conduct a moot court there. Some of us will become lawyers, some of us will become the litigants, and 2-3 of us became judges. And this is how a moot court competition started there. Now we had our own role. We were of course given the, as you call, the theme of the moot court competition that was disclosed. The arguments took place. The judges were there, nodding, accepting, rejecting the arguments. We little realized that the entire program is being videographed. It's all right. It was videographed. Now after 3 days, it was a 21 days program, then one professor, Raymond from New York, came as a subject expert. And he had been supplied that video. And you know, one of the part of his lecture to us was that where we lagged as lawyer, where we missed something as judge, and where we missed to react as a litigant in court. What were those deficiencies in overall the court process were beautifully explained by that gentleman based upon that videograph. So what I am pointing out is that in the worldwide, there is a lot of investment, educational investment on the purpose of, for the purpose of improving the qualitative improvement of the legal education on all sides, whether it is advocacy or whether it is justice or you as other stakeholder in the justice delivery system. As regard to arbitration, let's understand and realize that India probably, if I am correct, and Mr. Mani being in ministry can correct us, probably India is the third largest litigant in before Singapore International Arbitration Center, maybe now largest. Look at the amount India is spending in arbitration in Singapore Arbitration Center. Why? Maybe that we have not been able to create that quality infrastructure where the foreign companies, the startups or the other investors, they will come and they will agree for arbitration in India. 2, maybe our system is not very committed to a timeline. And 3rd, maybe that we have not been able to create that overall environment. And now therefore all stakeholders from last so many years are committed to create that overall atmosphere where we can arrest our own litigation which is going to different platforms, depriving our lawyers, depriving our arbitrators, depriving our experts from arbitrating. So all these issues will these are quite crucial for the economy of the nation and for the overall growth of the country. And here there is an important role which the law schools can play by training you as the arbitrators, by training you. Believe me, now there are very young people who are working as arbitrators. It all depends upon the mindset. It all depends upon the professional training. So if that kind of training is provided in the law schools, to my mind, and if the lawyers are also well versed with the arbitration proceedings, how to conduct it timely and speedy proceedings with an affordable cost factor, I think arbitration in India is bound to succeed and bound to be very popular. I was recently invited by Malaysia to deliver a keynote speech on the inaugural of the Malaysia International Mediation Center. And then I went to Singapore also. In both the places, arbitration conferences were also held. And I realized there that now in the international platform, there is a lot of enthusiasm for mediation and arbitration as an effective alternative dispute resolution modicum. And therefore, there is a trend which we must also encash, that that trend is, as I sometimes on lighter side say, the mediation is a kind of a bypass solution available against the conventional litigation. The courts are bound to follow a procedure as provided under the law. Therefore, the adversarial litigation takes its own time. As against it, mediation, which is the final solution, a peaceful solution of the dispute, doesn't take much time. And it all depends upon the art of mediating between the parties, persuading the parties to enter into that settlement. And if that is also becomes a part of training in the law schools, to my mind, it is going to help India and the Indian judicial system as a whole a lot in curbing the further litigation in courts and also ensuring that we are able to take care of the pending matters, which of course we through various mechanisms now we are effectively trying to dispose of them in a speedy manner by providing these special statutes or special courts like the commercial courts, etc. But the idea is that if we India with its commitment to foreign direct investment, or by developing or by establishing the India as one of the number one, or you are in the first ranking 3 countries as a developed country. For that purposes, various kind of systems need to be overhauled, and the justice delivery system is very, very important component that need to be taken care. And I'm quite sure for that the law schools and the law faculties can play a very, very pivotal, a very vital role in that regard. And we need to have the professionals who, the day they come out, they are able to shoulder that kind of responsibility as the true professionals who are ready to face the international challenges. For the training purposes, I would say that some experienced former judges, former professors, law teachers, even advocates, those who have a lot of experience on their side, they can be quite helpful, and they will be they can be associated and they can be joined as the specialized trainers to provide all these training programs. And I'm quite sure that their experience will help a lot the young generation of the law graduates in achieving the targets, the goals, and the bright future for which we all are quite confident that in the quality law schools will definitely lead to the production of graduates who meet all the international standards. I am thankful to the university administration, the learned Vice Chancellor, for inviting me and for giving me this opportunity to share my ideas with you. Thank you very much, and my best wishes to all the students. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. As we draw this remarkable event to an end, it is our distinct privilege to express our gratitude to all the dignitaries who have graced this stage with their knowledge and passion. Their contributions have enriched our understanding and inspired our imagination. In recognition of their invaluable contributions, I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am to kindly present the token of gratitude. First, I request Ma'am to kindly honor Honorable Chief Guest of the Day. Now I request Ma'am to kindly honor Dr. Rajiv Mani by presenting the memento. Now I request Ma'am to present memento to Shri Vineet Garg. Now I request Dean Academic Affairs to honor Dr. R.C. Mishra. Now I request Registrar Sir to present memento to Professor Dr. V.K. Ahuja. Now I request Dean Academic Affairs to felicitate Professor Dr. Jai Shankar Singh. Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am to present memento to Mr. Rahul Goyal, Partner Anant Law. I request Ma'am to kindly honor Miss Anu Monga, Partner Anant Law. I request Ma'am to present memento to Mr. Rahul Chadda, Managing Partner, Chadda & Co. I request Ma'am to present memento to Mr. Neeraj Prakash, Partner, Chadda & Co. Request Ma'am to present memento to Professor Dr. Ashutosh Mishra, Dean Academic Affairs. I request Ma'am to kindly present memento to Dr. Pooja Jaiswal, Convener, Moot Court Society of the University. Thank you. Now I request Dean Academic Affairs to please felicitate Session Judge Sonepat. Thank you, sir. These memento serves as a tangible reminder. Now I request Registrar Sir to kindly felicitate DC Sonepat. Further, I request Registrar Sir to felicitate Commissioner of Police. Thank you, sir. These mementos serve as a tangible reminder of the indelible mark that you all have left on this occasion. Furthermore, I request Professor Dr. Ashutosh Mishra, Dean Academic Affairs and Head of Department, to propose a vote of thanks.
Namaskar. It is a matter of proud privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Law University, Sonepat. First and foremost, I would like to share my heartfelt gratitude to our Hon'ble Mr. Justice Surya, Judge Supreme Court of India. Hon'ble Justice Surya's benign presence as the chief guest in this inaugural ceremony of the State of Art Moot Court Hall will motivate to the future generation, as his life is full of inspiration and he is a man whose life shows how a common man belonging to the middle class family can reach at the highest position of the judiciary only through humility, hard work, knowledge and persistent effort. Sir, thanks for giving your precious time and enlightened us on the valuable issues. I am sincerely thankful to our Union Law Secretary, Government of India, Dr. Rajiv Mani, sir, for accepting our invite. Sir is amongst the key persons who has played an instrumental role in outlining of the Mediation Act 2023. I just want to share a fact. Last time in the year 2021, we had invited sir in the International Conference on Mediation organized in association with MCPC, Supreme Court of India, and University of Delhi and Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. He was a speaker, and in the session, Hon'ble Law Minister sir was also as the chief guest, and sir name was recommended by Hon'ble Law Minister sir himself and said he is a key person who is playing an instrumental role and you should invite him. Thanks for increasing the occasion. I am sincerely thankful to our Additional Chief Secretary sir, Additional Chief Secretary Higher Education sir, Government of Haryana, Shri Vineet Garg ji, IS, for giving his precious time and for giving his valuable consent to be the guest of honor in this inaugural ceremony. And it is only due to his constant support and encouragement NLU Sonepat is working hard, and in order to put NLU Sonepat in the topmost NLUs in the country, his support is indispensable for us and we all are highly grateful for this. Thank you, sir. I want to share my deepest regards to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Archana Mishra ma'am. It is due to her support and blessings that we are releasing our first prospectus of LLM and PhD. We have established 7 research centers in the NLU Sonepat. We are able to collaborate with 2 topmost law firms in the country, Anant Law Company and Chadha Company, and we are going to organize one international moot court competition in collaboration with Anantla and national moot court competition with Chadha and Company only due to effort, guidance and blessings of Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Archana Mishra ma'am. Under her able guidance, we are able to organize one national conference on artificial intelligence, which was organized in association with the Law Commission of India and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, and it was a most successful event. Even I just want to share one fact, whole 100% funding we got from the Government of India. And I would like to share thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor. She has given her 100% support and encouragement to all the faculty members. I am sincerely thankful to Dr. R.C. Mishra sir, Senior IPS Officer and Director General of Police and Chairman Housing Corporation. We had requested sir to come here, and thanks for gracing the inaugural ceremony sir. He is a great orator, scholar, thinker and man of high intellect. I am sincerely thankful to Professor V.K. Ahuja sir. I am sincerely thankful to Professor V.K. Ahuja sir, Director, Indian Law Institute and former Vice Chancellor, NLU, Guwahati, for accepting our invite. He is always a source of encouragement for all of us. Thanks to Professor Dr. Jaishankar Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, RGNUL, Patiala, for coming here and gracing the occasion. I am sincerely thankful to Shri Rahul Goyal ji and Anu Moga ma'am for senior partner Anant Law for giving their consent to collaborate with NLU Sonepat. I am thankful to Shri Rahul Chadha ji and Shri Neeraj Prakash ji for giving their consent to collaborate with NLU Sonepat. I am very thankful to Shri Anubhav Sharma ji, Judicial Member ITAT, our District Judge sir, DC Sonepat, our CP Sonepat, for gracing the occasion with their benign presence. I am thankful to all my colleagues. Basically, I just want to share thanks to all my associate professors and assistant professors, because without their effort, we could not able to launch this particular prospectus of LM and PhD. I am especially giving thanks to Dr. Pooja Jaiswal, Dr. Madhukar Sharma, Dr. Balwinder, Dr. Sundar, Dr. Kulwant, Dr. Sanjay, Dr. Vidhi Madan, Dr. Sukhvinder, Dr. Amit Guleria, Dr. Navneet, Dr. Reena Aja, Dr. Jyoti. All of them have played a very instrumental role. I am thankful to our registrar, Shri Ram Fulji, Dr. Ram Fulji, and he has given 100% support to all of us. Thank you, sir. I am thankful to Shri Ravi Thapa ji, Secretary to Honorable Vice Chancellor ma'am. He is 100% supportive to all our colleagues. I am thankful to Kapil Mangla, Advisor Civil, Shri Naresh Bharadwaj, Consultant Security, and thankful to all the participants. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. To conclude with, now I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता